Each year, PTEN celebrates new and innovative products for shops and technicians with its innovation awards. The PWM Adapter from PowerProbe is one of this year's highest scoring winners. The tool allows technicians to create a pulse width modulation signal to test components on modern vehicles. Here to tell us more about the PWM Adapter are David Merendino, Director of Sales for PowerProbe, Dave Barden, Manager of Technical Training for PowerProbe and the inventor of this tool, and Heather Porter, Marketing Content Designer for PowerProbe. Thanks so much for joining me today.
Oh,
Glad to
thanks,
be here.
Emily.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's just start out with what makes this product so innovative?
Well, it's kind of a unique function. There are a lot of tools that can measure PWM, otherwise known as duty cycle, but not too many tools that will actually output a PWM signal. And if you do find them, they're rather expensive. And this tip adds that function to any power probe.
Yeah, that's one of the great things about it is the fact that there are so many power probes out there. Techs can, with a small purchase, gain some great functionality when they're diagnosing vehicles.
Yeah, that is awesome to have that available to the technicians. So what was the inspiration behind creating this product?
Believe it or not, a lot of our inspiration comes from our tech support line. The customers are telling us what functions they're looking for.
Mhm.
Um, so we usually take that into advice when we're building new tools, but sometimes we're thinking, hey, maybe existing users want these functions too. So we came up with a line of tips so they could add these different functions to existing power probes.
Yeah, that's one of the things I love about PowerProbe is our focus on staying connected with technicians. And we have a running joke about, the further you get from the street, the dumber you get. So it's important to really connect with technicians and understand, what their challenges are on a day-to-day basis. And Dave and the entire tech support team are great about staying connected and making sure that any information that we bring in makes its way through the organization, and we get to develop new products like the PWM tip.
Yeah. No, that's super important. And I know that the technicians certainly appreciate feeling like they're being heard when they're expressing these, issues that they're having or difficulties. And you're really filling that void here. So, how would you say that this product will improve the lives of technicians and shop owners?
More and more components and functions on vehicles nowadays are being controlled by this pulse width modulated signal. So it'll allow them to either directly drive those components, or indirectly through a computer module control those components, which is something you really can't do without a PWM output signal.
Yeah, PWM's been around for years. OEM manufacturers have been using it to control components for a long time. But over the last 10 to 12 years, we've seen a big uptick in the number of vehicle components that are driven by pulse width modulation as manufacturers look for greater control and accuracy, and they try and shed weight on vehicles. So we've seen it for years, but just in the last few has it really become critical for technicians to be able to simulate that signal that the computer is putting on things like cooling fans and fuel pumps and blower motors. So this really helps cut down diagnostic time for technicians.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what's been some of the feedback that you've received from the technicians who've purchased this tool?
Actually, pretty amazing. I knew it'd be a good tool. It's proven a little more popular than we thought it would be. And some of the uses that the technicians are reporting that they're actually using, we didn't even think of. They're simulating sensor signals, things like that we didn't even originally think of. But the creative uses that technicians use, it's pretty amazing, the feedback I've gotten on it.
Yeah, Heather's seeing a lot of people feeding back through social media and asking us questions and then immediately following up. I mentioned earlier it was a relatively low price point tool, and it works with a tool that a lot of technicians already have. So they're pretty happy to gain that functionality at a low price. But Dave's right, we're getting a lot of feedback for stuff we didn't even think of, and it's really blowing up in the marketplace in ways that we didn't expect it to. So we're pretty excited to get this opportunity to help technicians out.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I know even just on our website, it's done really well. It's been something that our readers have gone to multiple times. So, is there anything else that our readers should know about the product?
One thing, this PWM tip's new, but it's one of 3 tips that we offer. Selfishly, there they are. There's your plug. There's actually an amp tip that we brought out along with the PWM tip that allows
Mhm.
techs to measure amperage, and a 5-volt tip that cuts voltage and current output out on the tool. But the cool thing is the way Dave designed them, all 3 tips can work together. So you can actually stack the tips if you wanted to and limit current output or measure amperage or control PWM in different combinations. So going forward, as techs find new uses for it, it's pretty limitless what they can do with these things. They'll all integrate together and work with their existing power probe in ways that I'm sure they'll think of that we haven't. So pretty exciting to see how techs are going to use it going forward.
Yeah, that is so awesome. Well, thank you so much, all of you, for joining me today and telling us a little bit more about this amazing product.
Yeah, we
Thank you for
appreciate the
having us.
opportunity.
Yeah, thank you.